BluntCut MetalWorks, December 29, 2025. This is S90V 64.5 Rockwell, sharpened at 15 degrees psi. The edge is fairly clean. And it is. Sharpened with an edge pro, and finished with is a 2000 degree diamond plate, post-cut phone book paper. A little cardboard cutting. Good enough. This 1-inch seashell rope, manila rope, 1-inch diameter. Okay, just 20 cut. Phone book paper, I mean, if there's damage to the edge at the really micron level, I mean, probably at 100 micron level or 50 micron, should be able to still slide phone book paper. We use the blue gum stick, but where the S is, so that later on we can look there. I have to do a push here because it's really hard to just and then cut into the camera setting. Is this area? Shouldn't be any problem. We'll take a quick look anyway. This thing is really small, probably about 30 micron or something like that. That's why, as far as usual, knife-wise, you wouldn't be able to detect most of these little edge. Why other people, I mean, if you're doing really rapid, that's what they can do, and like this, they wouldn't tell you much. because you don't see. If you have a chip that is, it has to be bigger than the thickness of this paper, but also depends how you cut it. If you cut this way, this angle to the paper like this, then the paper is going to be effectively thicker in terms of, because you have a more. But if you go in perpendicular like this, that means the cross section of the paper is thin, and now you pour through. So if any imperfection, you're going to catch. So like that, you're supposed to. Versus you do like this, so that you know that when you see people doing this way, then you know effectively get the thing a lot smoother. Because even at a 45 degrees to the paper, that means the hypotenuse instead of the shortened section of the cross section. Anyway, like this, so you can do smooth, but a lot of time you end up to see the curve. Because the paper, if you cut like this, you see the curve outward. But if you do it perpendicular, then you see it's a straight line. Anyway, just so you know that when see people test cutting paper. Now I'm going to cut the, I think this is 15 amp. Yeah, I think so. Let's do it letter S, letter S. Again, we'll do a quick, this way I don't have to look at the microscope all the time. So most of the time with the EDC, if it doesn't catch anything out, then I can get little micro chip or tiny in the 30 micron range. I mean, all you have to do is you can call that edge aggressive if you want, but for me, as long as you don't have gross failure and inability to actually cut in. That is right there, probably that little ripple right there. If you look at the other side, the edge bent this way a little bit, but it didn't chip out right away there. And over here, look like there's some rippling. These are in 20 micron range or something like that, or smaller. But basically you can see the sharpening line, and sometimes you see a smooth and little shadow. That means that just maybe sharpening wasn't so good. Yeah, right there. Well, basically now I can carry this at 15 degrees. A 13 will work, but I don't think it's because with the large carbide or high carbide volume and large carbide also, it's well, the edge become a little bit aggressive, or in other words, there would be a lot of microscopic in terms of, you know, from 10 to 30 micron chip as far as I see. And also, of course, I mean, you can see some of the deformation, or in other words, the bend, the roll. That means that the steel is not brittle. I cut right through the zip tie here. Yeah, not a. I'm just doing a quick straight line. It doesn't mean there are no rounding of the edge or anything. Everything can cut right through. Thanks for watching.